Alright guys, let's come back to making Serj Tankian. I just did something. I selected this piece of, I don't know, hairs and eyebrows and everything. I went to the color and just applied that color. This is the whole thing I did. So my references are here. I'm just using these pictures. And I decided to do something else as a test. I want to just do some working on the arms and then pose the character and make this t-shirt again in Marvelous Designer. Maybe I have some decent folds because I don't want to look realistic, but maybe some decent folds gonna help me for just some bases to have nicer proportions and everything and silhouettes, but we will see. But before that, I want to start just working a bit on the fingers. And for some reasons, I just added one divide because these fingers are, to me, they will look a bit realistic. So I prefer to have them more stylized. So I'm gonna make a polygroup for each. It's easier to at least control them and navigate between them. Yeah, I will try to be quick. It's not a really important thing, but yeah, it's part of the job, so let's do it. Oops, this one. I hope my English is understandable enough for who's are watching these videos, but as I mentioned already, because we are not talking like rocket science or something, so I think it's gonna do the job. And let's add a subdivide, maybe another one, add a layer, and start working on the fingers. The first thing I like to do is I like to have more thick fingers, so I'm gonna select the fingers and I'm just gonna simply inflate them a bit, not much, but yeah, that's enough. And I also would like to have the tip of the fingers a bit thicker, so I'm gonna select the tip of all the fingers almost and blur them out and just try out if the inflation is working or not. It's a bit like frog. I think I should just go a bit more, yeah, higher, like this, yeah, and like this. And I think it's more wise to just come down one subdivision level lower and inflate them again. Inflate. Yeah, I like it. And let's go. And I want to have more sharp angles and everything. So, as you know already, that I have a Intus 5 that he lives here. So I need to bring it because I was working with the mouse. I don't want to close my ZBrush. Please don't close it. And save. Sorry for... Okay. And let's do this on 20. I don't like this round shape, so I prefer to have some lines here. And honestly, it's really easy to do. I just need to I'm gonna add some angles here, like this. As you can see, it gives it more style, like this. And here also. And this side. Here. I missed that Cintiq most of the time. And let's have it here. client just took it back from me, but it was her property. I couldn't I couldn't fight about it. It was hers. And because of the design, I prefer to fill this. For characters, usually I make this. I use this round alpha. Anyway, I prefer to for the style I'm looking for. I prefer to fill this spots like this and to have a shape like this. It just helps me. Yeah, it helps me to find what I'm looking for. And here I prefer to have a bit sharper bone marks, here, as you can see. And let's do the rest for this finger also. All right. Maybe a bit here, and adding that sharp angle. You see, now our hands are a bit more stylized feeling. If I just undo what I did, not undo, turning off and turning on the layer, you can see this hand is more close to the purpose that I'm looking for. So let's add some volume here for this palm. Okay, and make sharp here and here. Okay, and I like this sharp I don't know how to say it, wrinkles here. All right, as you can see, is getting some interesting shapes. Let's be sure that we are not missing everything. I think I have to fill this part a bit more. It's too deep. It's bothering me. Yeah. And later we will make it more sharp because we don't have enough polygons right now. Yeah, like this. And it goes here. And we have a bone here. I'm just marking it to don't forget the position. It's the bone for the forearms. I don't know, I forget the name in English actually. I knew the name, but I'm getting older, I think. So let's mark this. We're gonna use it for later. And let's mark this part here. I'm just gonna mark it like this, like a diamond. And yeah, something like this. We will work on it maybe later more, but I think it's gonna do the job. All right. All right. All right, let's mark some muscles here. I'm not gonna do a realistic job. I'm just helping to the shapes. I know this is a stylized character, but sometimes marking some realistic stuff is gonna help the feeling. As you can see, I'm not gonna trying to do any realistic resolution here, just all right. I'm just gonna, okay, let's see. Okay, to me it looks okay for now. And maybe I mark the bones, sorry, the nails. What was that? The nails here, to know at least I'm gonna have some nails here. Later I will make it more clean. I just want to mark them here. Okay, this is the nail. Yeah, here also we're gonna have another nail, and here also we are gonna have another nail. As you can see, it's not that clean, but because nail is enough. It needs more polygons. So as you can see, I'm just marking to see, okay, this is the nails. All right, I'm not gonna do anything for the legs because I'm not gonna use them anyway. All right, so all right, do I need to do something more about these hands? Let me check. I think it's gonna do the job. So what I'm gonna bake this layer and add another subdivision, more subdivision level to finalize some details, because I think it's more than enough. I'm not looking for any details. I don't need them actually. I just want to finalize the nails. I missed that Cintiq. Anyway, like this, and adding some details, make it more nice and clean. And we can go for the next one. Let me check from the distance. It's gonna do the job. As I told you, I'm not really in details. I just want to mark the nails that you can see them and feel them in the renders. Let me tell you something. Of course, I can spend more time, make nicer nails, more detailed, but it really depends to the purpose. If my purpose is not to have really close shot of high realistic nails, so I'm not gonna spend my time to make this better, because this is the distance I'm gonna see the nails. So for me, it's almost perfect. Okay, here. All right. Yeah, almost perfect. I will do a trick at the end. Let me show you a trick. Sometimes it's really helpful if you mark this spot. Sorry, it was very dirty. If you mark your nail and with move brush, trying to just move a bit of flesh on top of the nail and try to smooth it out, it gives more, it gives some feelings, So I can do that for this. It's not really necessary to do that, honestly, but sometimes it's really helpful. So I'm gonna move a bit of flesh here. As you can see, I'm gonna clear it. I'm gonna do this. You see, it's gonna help some feelings. It's not necessary, just something for you to know. I told you, it's not tutorials. It is, yeah, but I hope you can learn something on the road, because at least you're putting your time to watch this. All right, let me do that. Again, move some flesh. I don't know which one is correct. Flesh, I think. And smooth this out. Okay, we have 2 more nails to go. Maybe I fast forward this one in the video edit, because I'm just repeating one technique. There is no, you already know what's gonna happen. So maybe I do that in the okay, let's move this a bit around. Mark this spot. Okay. Okay. I think I need to do some work on this finger. I don't like the shape here. So, alright. Okay, the last thing I want to do is I want to do some exaggeration in this part. So I'm gonna make it a bit more fleshy here. That's all, you know, because I want to avoid making realistic feeling in the fingers especially. So if I do that, it gives more stylized or cartoonish feeling to it. So this one, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do this with this finger, with thumb. Sometimes I avoid to say the name because I'm most of the time I'm not sure. I'm saying this finger. All right, this finger has a name, Isaac. Come on. And let's do this to mark this line. I know it's maybe it's never maybe you never see them in the renders, but I like to mark them. You know, it's like paying my respect. Okay. As you can see, my approach is very simple, very minimalistic. It's because it's okay with my purpose. So I'm just gonna do this. Easy, you see? It's gonna do the job. Here also. Maybe adding some details. I told you already I'm not looking for any. Okay, so the last thing here. Okay, I just want to do some sharpness here. So let me, yeah, maybe pinch is what I'm looking for here, you know, to pinch these angles a bit. Yeah, it's doing the job, yeah. This useless brush sometimes can be useful. It wasn't fair what I said. I used pinch so many times. So pinch, I'm sorry. You're a good dude. You helped me so many times. Okay. I think we are done with the fingers. And just one thing here, because I told you already, I don't know you remembered from the last video. Usually this topologies makes issues, as you can see here. So I really avoid to having them. So I will try to polish them with this brush, but still I don't like it. So let's at least try one here. If it works, we will go for the rest. I will add some flesh here, sorry, and I will try to polish it in the way that I like. Smooth it a bit. Let me check. It's getting better. Yeah, I need to repeat here also, and here. Yeah, it's too deep, come on. It's too much. And all right. Yeah, here I don't like to. Now I can come here. Okay. I made a mess here. I need to fix it. So I like to have this bridge like this. Okay, this is my purpose. So let's fix it. And maybe some here. Okay, polish. And maybe add some here. It wasn't a good idea. I need to undo what I did. Yeah, I think it's better to just fill a bit here, okay, and let it go. It's gonna take so much time to fix something that it's not that important. You know, with some polishing. Just remember something. If you're making these knuckles, always go down and come up here. I'm just suggesting you, don't make it like this. For example, it's not nice. You know, it's not nice. Like this, it's more, it's more appealing. It's more beautiful. So, and let's finish this. We spent so much time on this. And I think you already know, if you're watching, hands are one of the most complicated things in human anatomy. So if you take some time, try to make nice hands, no one is gonna judge you. So that's it. Okay. Why I cannot have that effect? Let's see. Maybe some here. And let me try something. If it works. Smoothing the ends. Some marking here. And here. We are almost about to finishing the fingers and hands. Okay, now we can, with turning off and turning on this layer, we can see which values and details we add. Yeah, I think it's okay. We have our Serj Tankian hands. Now we can make our pose because the hands are okay. But before that, I'm gonna UV these hands because I'm gonna use them in texturing, not the feet. So I will UV this and I will continue. If you want to see how I'm UVing it, you can just continue watching. Okay, I'm gonna use Blender for UVing this. So export Serj Tankian, yes. And let me open Blender. Alright, general file, import obj. I'm gonna bring it from export Serj Tankian. I'm gonna put this on 1% to have a smaller size that I can work on it. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use this only for the UV, so but I know I'm gonna read the rest anyway. Let's do this. Remove vertices. Alright, we have half of the body. So let's go to UV editing and mark some, mark it from here, mark seam, and let's mark it from here, maybe a bit higher. Yeah, mark here. And this is a good place for hiding a seam. Mark. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Let's unselect this. Okay. Mark. I'm gonna come here and just go around. Because the type of the texturing that we are doing, this marking are not really be they're not gonna be troubles, you know. I just want to have a decent UV that something weird doesn't happen. So I'm not gonna spend so much time on the UV anyway. It's not that important, as I already mentioned. So for just not having any error, I'm gonna quickly add some seams here, but they are not really important at all. So mark. Yeah, here is not important at all. Mark. Okay. Yep. I think we're done. All right, let's select all of them. Come here. Press U. Unwrap with minimum stretch. Oh, something I forgot to cut here. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. Okay, come here again. Press U with minimum stretch. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Even the legs that we don't need, they have decent UV. If it was a really realistic project, I would start working on this bending of the UV, but I don't need them for now. So the thing I'm gonna do is just gonna select this leg and move it out. This one also, body also. I'm just gonna keep this. Can I just pack it? Selection, pack, select UV. It's gonna do all of them, so I have to do it manually. Let's scale them here. All right, it looks awesome. It's gonna do the job. That's the thing. Because I'm doing illustration, it's not a job from a gaming company that I need to be really specific about UVs and everything. If it was something like this, I would try to keep all the pipeline that they're actually expecting. But now it's gonna do the job. All right. Now let's go to here and go to modifier. Add a mirror modifier. Be sure to the clipping. So this side has UV also, and apply, file, export, OBJ. Don't forget to put 100 here because we imported it as a 100. Serj Tankian, export, save. Okay. And the last thing we're gonna do is import that OBJ file. Okay. And we are gonna bring it here. Control T, Control T. And we're gonna project it. Control T, project. I think should it be more than 4? Oh, we need one more. Project. I think this one is not, yeah, it's not high enough. That's the reason the project looks a bit weird. All right, now it's okay. So we don't need this anymore. I'm gonna delete it. Okay, everything looks perfect. All right. Okay, so we made our body. Now we can pose it and add the pants and shirt and start working on the face, making a microphone. Okay, we are in a good phase. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.